Hello, and of course, glad to be here again. Of course, I am super excited to have you guys back as a beginning of a new week, and I'm so very glad today. The reason why I'm glad today, of course, is to be able to, share some of the ideas that I've been looking at over the last 2 weeks. Over the last 2 weeks, Bitcoin has been behaving wickedly. But anyways, I'm super glad today. I believe people in America, of course, on the east coast of America, they have woken up to a wonderful day today in terms of the way Bitcoin has behaved today and moment. Well, finally, after 2 weeks, Bitcoin has been trading and been trading, kind of like, sideways. Of course, it has fine day. We are down. We are down. And one of the things that I'm glad about is that, of course, this has created some level of volatility in the market. So let's just look at, using the Fibonacci retracement, and of course, let's see what will happen. Of course, in my subsequent videos, in my initial videos, of course, the fact that we may have two situations or scenarios play out. One of the I was looking at from this point, it will be this way, or we may more power, of course, for the high certain things that I've been looking at, and of course, which are some of the things I'm going to share with you today. First things first, I'm not your financial analyst. Just to do talking about cryptocurrency on the African continent. So Africa, where my people at? Where y'all at? Of course, I'm super excited, of course, to be back here talking with you guys. And of course, there's so much to you, and I just hope that you guys will stick around. And of course, let's talk about now. You and I know that quite well. Of course, whenever Bitcoin moves an inch, definitely all the altcoins will definitely also move to behave in the same manner. And so today we woke up, of course, beautiful day here in South Africa. Hoping that because the market was going to turn as green as possible. But of course, I have been expecting this sideways trajectory over the last few days. I've not really been, posting videos because I discovered that there was nothing much to say. This was what we had, over the last few days, and of course, it was going down. I was noticing that at some point in time, I said to myself, it was going to break down. So today, of course, there was, kind of like a bit of retracement, which actually helped us. So, but let's just check what the coin, of course, having a trading, we were hoping that or it's going to add to it, and of course, it's going to today early in the morning was on the 24 hours to later. So it was going off $9 billion, and of course, we broke down to allow where we find ourselves now with as least to being able to cross the board is 4%. Recorded in losses, and of course, the only one that we find here that has not been so much in terms of losses has been Tether, and of course, Tether has been around 0.16, percent, and Monero 0.15%. So, what does this tell us, and what is the next move for Bitcoin? What could happen in terms of the next move for Bitcoin? I just want us to just now, since that time, around June, that it dropped heavily below $6,000, and it dropped to around 5797, dollars in terms of. He actually just do this. We discovered that we've been recording a series of higher lows And that is very good for a market that's going to be bullish. That is very, very good for a market that's going to be bullish. Now, another thing also we need to take a look at is that if we decide to also look at it from the view of, or from the point, sometime in on August 14th, the way till today, you discover that we have still been trading, above, and we're recording higher lows and not lower lows, and which is a good sign for us. But the other thing, sad thing is that we've not been able to have higher lows, also higher highs, in which is not just something that we are going to just see it. I think maybe we're going to have anything happen within the next few days, or it can even span a long period of time. So when we look at this, we discover recording higher lows, and of course, we are within those range of trajectory. Now, another thing that we need to take a look at is that if we actually decide to count this as just one wave, and we decide to just look at tracement to take a look at that kind of six to like explain, you discover that first wave going, second wave going down, then which means we are just around 0.786 Fibonacci, and that is still not bad because a wave can retrace as much as as much as 99.9%, but not 100%. So I believe if it goes down, the 6200, which is something that is unlikely based on the fact that we have been, then that is to say it's a dangerous sign for us to take a look at. But guess what? We have a very strong support at around $6,000, and I believe a lot of people waiting to cash in at around 6,000 US dollars, which is one of the things that most people, I believe, will be waiting on to see. But aside that, one thing that we need to understand is if this is the first wave, this is just the first wave, and we count this as the second wave, then of course that tells you that the next going up May is so very strong, and we could see some kind of big rallies up. But as it is right now, I can't say when exactly, or what time, or what point in time. But I believe between now and the end of the month, anything can happen. Between now and the end of the month proper, anything can happen, because from November 1, we could be able to see a lot of things happening in terms of the way the coin itself will go. And it could even happen even long before then. I wouldn't know. But as it is right now, this creates some level of volatility. If we may decide to also some of the other things going on, of one of the things you find here is that the RSI is pointing downwards as a tries to climb here, and of course it's pointing down. Look at it using a trend tool, you discover that it's still at the same range. And if we may decide to also drag it back a little, you will see that we have been in the market. But another thing also that we need to take a look at carefully is one thing I see here as well when I take a look at the sending pattern can happen. Since it's still open, kind of like not close. D is open. It can close over minutes, or it can decide to close between now and November 1. It's possible. Could do something of this nature, and then of course a tone. It's possible. There is nothing impossible with that. But right now, as I say, it is still closed, and it is still open, and there could be more room of losses. There could be more room of losses. So that's why, as it is right now, we need to sit by the side and see what may be happening over the next few days, and that will give us, a clearer time, of course, what majorly do. Aside that, I don't see any major thing that we need to look at here. Well, like I said, major support is at $6,000, but I don't think it's going to get there. I think it's going to be around 6,200 and something dollars. That is the least that it can go. And the good thing, the US Tether and the US dollars, in terms of closing up, it has really, really closed up, and it's kind of like positive. If it's closing up a bit and we have a differential of just 100, a little bit better than, in terms of the differences that happened over the last few days, which has caused me tether, as it were. So the market is really gearing up for so much, and I believe that over the next few days we're going to see some really, really good times in terms of what the market is doing. But otherwise, I don't see anything over here that we need to talk about. Like I said, we're in higher lows, which is a good positive sign, and this may be a point we break above. We may break above. We don't know, but one of the things we also need to take a look at is the 55 moving average, above, still above this candle, and it's something that if we actually expand the candle to really, really, have a look at the candle, what is it that that we find here in terms of the candle? As much as this is kind of like a bearish candle, we need to also look at it and of course analyze it. And one of the things that I also try to analyze all the individual candles and see up with. When I saw this reversal somewhere here, I knew we were actually going down, and of course, it actually met the support of what I was looking at. It's kind of like an inverted hammer, inverted hammer, another inverted hammer. That's tell you, the way that the coin is traveling. So between now and tomorrow, if we kind of like have a reversal, then it will be an amazing thing that we need to take a look at, and we need to begin to discuss it. But otherwise, I don't see that. When you look at crypto comparing in terms of, I don't see any major use for today has not really shown any in terms of news or nil. This is just trading healthily. Of course, it needs to really look at, need to really, talk about and then know how and which way to go. And the only thing that is SRP among underperforming of bearish movement coin, this bearish movement. So the bearish movement that we see now, I believe is not because and look at what the coin might do next. Perhaps as it is that the Monday is opening us, that it is showing us that it's still open, and a lot of people may decide to begin to sell again as well. The bearish may take control. Have to be careful in the way you trade because the R&D tells the story. But if there is going to be any move, of course, to the upside, then take advantage of it because it may be a time for you to begin to accumulate. We don't know what will, the market is going to behave at this way. You wouldn't know what may happen. However, I'm not your financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and do your own research before thinking about investing in anything else to do with cryptocurrency so that you don't call me the question. Be blessed, and that will be it for today with you guys in a few days' time. I appreciate every one of you and have a wonderful day and good